every single year, I get up here and I say the exact same thing. This year is no different. I know 2020 has been the longest decade of your life, but this year is no different. I stand up here every single year and I say, our mission this year, Redemption, are you ready? Is for every single person to lead one person to Jesus. Every single year. 95% of Christians will never get the chance to lead one person to Christ. If this is the Great Commission, 95% of us are failing because you'll never get the opportunity, the privilege to stand in that water and baptize one person. 95% of believers are not going to get that opportunity. But guess what? We ain't no statistic here at Redemption, right? Every single one of us, we're going to get our one this year, aren't we? Because everyone has a one. Here's actually what we say. Look under your seat right now. Boom. Here's your one. Everyone gets a one. Everyone has a one. How many of you know one person? How many of you know one person who does not know Jesus? That's one too many. Seriously, it's one too many. He says all nations, that's everybody. And until the whole world hears, we got work to do. We have work to do. If you know one person who does not yet know and love Jesus, then you're not finished. Then you still got to reach one. Maybe you reached your one last year. Guess what? It's a new year. You got a new one. Go reach your one. We're on mission together. We want to reach more people. Do you know how Jesus changes the world? How many of you are praying, Jesus, change the world? Right? You turn on the channel, you're like, Jesus, change the world or set it on fire. How many of you, that's your prayer? I want you to know something. Jesus does not change the world. Now, before you stone me as a heretic, let me explain something to you. Jesus came and he revealed himself in the kingdom of God for 3 years while he walked the earth. If he wanted to change the world, he would have done it then. If he wanted to change the world, here's what he would have done. He would have came down and said, I am God, worship me. But that's not what he did. He came as a baby, an infant, tender and mild, humble. If Jesus wanted to change the world, he would have overthrown Rome. He would have uprooted the religious institution system. And he would have said, here's my crown, here's my throne, everybody come worship me. He could have done that, but that's not what he did. You know what Jesus did instead? He spent 3 years hanging out with people. Here's the reason why. Because Jesus doesn't change the world, Jesus changes people. And it's people who are changed by Jesus, like the 11 disciples who go out and they begin to change the world. That's you. That's me. That's us. That's the commitment to the Great Commission. That's the community that we are. We are a community that reaches the one. And I believe that every single one of you has a one. There is a person in your life that you are praying for, that you are believing for, that God has put you in their life. He has given you influence in their life. He has strategically placed you, and you know who they are as I'm beginning talking to you, because I feel faith arising in our congregation right now, that God has a plan for them too. And if he does it for you, he wants to do it for them. And you have a one. You have a commission. You are being sent by God to be able to see their life begin to change as well. Everybody has a one. And today at Baptism Sunday, we're going to get to see the people in our church get their one. Because we have over 20 people who have signed up for baptism today. And they're not the only person in the tank. There's always somebody else in the tank with them. And I don't do the baptizing here. We let you baptize your friends. When you lead them to faith, you get in that water and you get the privilege to baptize them, because everybody has a one and we want you to get your one. We don't want you to be a statistic. We want to be a community where we commit ourselves to fulfilling the Great Commission. That's you and that's me. And I'm excited to tell you, Redemption, today I got my one. I got my one, my mom. I got to baptize my mom. There's been such great healing. First time in 35 years I've seen her sober. Whenever I was born, she had me when she was 14. And the church wouldn't dedicate me. And she ran away from God. Church thought, well, I was born in sin, and so they didn't want anything to do with dedicating me as a child. And so she ran away from the Lord. She spent the last 35 years addicted to drugs and alcohol, in and out of prisons and rehabs and abusive relationships. 6 months ago, she came home. And God's begun to do healing in my family. And now a little boy who was not allowed to be dedicated at a church is now a pastor who gets to baptize his mom in his church. Don't tell me life change ain't possible.